I have been loving how long the days are and how late it stays bright and light, and also how early it gets light. And so, although it's super light outside, I am going to be starting my nighttime routine. So, I want to show you guys what I do to set myself up for a good night of sleep and then wake up and feel like my best. I wake up at around 5 o'clock in the morning every day, and I really like waking up early. Only thing about waking up that early is you do have to go to bed early so that that's sustainable. Otherwise, you're going to burn out and not be able to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning long term. So this is my nighttime routine and rituals that set me up for my best. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. I don't normally prep dinner this early, but around 11:30 a.m. I started prepping for dinner. I just got this slow cooker and I wanted to experiment with cooking on the slowest setting. And so what I wanted to make tonight was gonna take around 5.5 hours on the slowest setting. So I cut up some mini potatoes and I also cut up some cauliflower. I love eating vegetables that are super colorful. It just brings a little bit of happy to my plate. I started by pouring quinoa into the slow cooker, and then I layered on the potatoes and then the vegetables. And then I went in with 2 cups of bone broth. If I would have had 3 cups, I would have done 3 cups, but I ended up substituting for water. I put garlic, lemon, thyme, and a bunch of rosemary as the seasonings for this. And then I closed the lid and let it cook for 5.5 hours. I love going to a 3:30 or 4:30 p.m. workout class. I just find that working out in the afternoon makes me feel so good. It's when I finish all of the things on my to-do list and I feel like I can just surrender and give my workout everything. So I was heading to my favorite yoga class. I really like Power Vinyasa. I mean, I like all yoga classes, but Power Vinyasa is such a good workout, and I feel like it's so challenging for the brain because you're balancing or you're stretching or you're using muscles that you don't normally use. So I went to this class and it was actually really hard. I've been practicing yoga for several years and I can notice so many improvements in my spine and my posture, and just my overall strength has improved so much from doing yoga. Any type of exercise comes with so many mental benefits. You're going to feel calmer, you're going to have more endorphins, and that's exactly how I was feeling after this workout. I was feeling like I could accomplish anything, and I wanted to get in the sauna. I was already so sweaty, I just wanted to sweat it all out. There's a lot of benefits to saunaing regularly. When you get in a sauna regularly, your vascular function improves. And this is important because it enhances how well your blood vessels can dilate, which is really important for maintaining healthy blood pressure over time. And then the reason why blood pressure is important is because it helps to reduce your risk of heart disease, it protects your brain against the risk of stroke. The way that I like to think of it is lower blood pressure is less strain on your body, so it means you're gonna have fewer chronic health problems. What I'm wearing is a little sauna hat. It protects your hair, but it also helps you be able to stay in the sauna longer. I try to stay in here for 15 to 20 minutes. The more consistent I am with the sauna, the longer I'm able to stay in the sauna. Anytime I come into the sauna, I bring an entire water bottle and I don't get out until I finished it. After I've let my body get used to the temperature in here, I like to get into meditation or even breath work. So I wanted to show my favorite breath work practice. This is a very common breath work as well. It's called alternating nostril. So I just like to make sure that I'm sitting up. The way that you do this is you use your thumb and you use your middle finger. And so you will breathe in one side and then hold with both fingers and then breathe out the other side, and then breathe in this side, hold, and breathe out the other side. So I like to do like 10 of these. I feel like it just calms me so much. So to get into position, just get your thumb and get your middle finger ready.
I feel like I have two different kinds of days with the sauna. I have days in the sauna where I want to get in and I want to sweat everything out and I want to stay in there for a super long time and like push my limits. And then I have days where I just want to get in the sauna, I want to break a sweat, I want to sit in there for 15 minutes and I want to leave. I think it's super important to listen to your body, especially when you're doing hot and cold therapy, and to just be kind to yourself because not every single day is the same, and just doing small actions is going to help you. And so today I spent 15 minutes and 10 seconds in the sauna, and that's still a win for me.
I'm doing a little experiment with myself right now. So this morning I woke up and I checked my Aura data and I had the best sleep score I've ever had. I had optimal all the way across and my resting heart rate was lower than it's ever been. And so I thought, oh my gosh, okay, what did I do yesterday? And I was like, okay, I didn't exercise different. I didn't get any more movement than I normally get. I didn't eat any different. The only thing that was different was I ate at 5 o'clock on the dot and then I went on a walk after I ate dinner. And I thought it was super, super interesting. So I'm going to do an experiment all week. I'm going to eat dinner at 5 p.m. every single night and go on a walk afterwards, because if that changes my resting heart rate by like 10 beats per minute lower and gives me optimal all the way across the board, it might be worth it to eat earlier. People say that it's better to eat earlier because it gives your body time to digest food. So when you're sleeping, your body can focus on actually recovering and not just digesting food, which makes a lot of sense. And normally people say to stop eating 2 hours before you go to bed. So that is what I'm going to try, and I'll have to let you guys know in another video if that is the cause and how it goes. Dinner was smelling so amazing. I was so excited to try this. This was my first attempt with my slow cooker and I was honestly really pleased with this. I think if I was going to be able to change anything, I would have liked the potatoes to be a little bit crispier, but overall it was delicious. And the bone broth really added a nice warm flavor to it, and so did the rosemary. After dinner, I really like to go on a short walk, even if it's just for 10 minutes. There's so many benefits to doing this. It helps with your digestion, it's going to lower your blood sugar levels, it's going to support having a healthy heart because it's going to reduce your blood pressure, it's also going to boost your metabolism. And then it's going to improve your sleep. So moving your body after dinner without overstimulating it helps you wind down and can help lead you into a deeper and more restful sleep. I was just admiring all of these gorgeous flowers on the walk, and then I had my favorite LaCroix ever. This is the limoncello flavor. This is like a little dessert treat for me. It's so good. After my yoga class and my sauna session and my walk, I was finally ready to shower. I always shower in the evening right before bed. I love to just shower off everything from the day and then do all of my skincare and moisturize my body and brush my hair. This is such a big part of my self-care routine, and I feel like a lot of it is mental, but it's just mentally knowing that I'm taking care of my vessel inside and out. And then I threw on my little cozy robe. I live in this thing. Recently, I've been adding rosemary to my scalp probably every other day. I sometimes mix this in with a carrier oil like coconut oil, but I literally just rub it in on my scalp, and it, I think, has made my hair a lot thicker and longer. My hair is definitely shinier and healthier than it's ever been, so I do think it's because of this little rosemary oil hack. So I'll just braid my hair after that. At night, I like to take magnesium. This is from Moon Juice. It's just a powder. It basically tastes a little bit like strawberry. I just mix it in with hot water and it's super delicious on its own. It's really easy for me to get in the habit of watching TV at night, and I honestly just don't want to finish my days like that, so I'm trying to force myself to just sit outside and read my book, and it's so nice and it's such a better way to unwind after a long day. So that's exactly how I finished my day today. As it was starting to get darker, I went and turned on the lamps in my house so that no harsh overhead lights would be turned on. I find that a good nighttime routine sets me up for a good night of sleep. And so I wanted to give a few tips for how to have a better night of sleep.
and also a little bit of why we sleep and what the importance of sleep is. Getting enough sleep does wonders for our body, but there's a lot that's going on inside of our bodies and inside of our brains while we're sleeping. Inside of our body, our cells are repairing. They're basically clearing out the toxins, which is going to help improve your immune system. Your cortisol and your insulin regulates when you're sleeping, which helps you regulate your stress and your mood and your emotions. And then getting enough sleep helps our brain function properly. When we're getting enough REM sleep, our memory is improved, our focus is sharper, and then when you're getting enough sleep, your body produces more collagen, which is why people sometimes use the saying beauty sleep, because collagen helps with your skin's elasticity, so technically getting more sleep makes you more beautiful. So that's kind of a little bit about why we sleep and what happens to our bodies while we're sleeping. But if you struggle to get good sleep, maybe these tips will help you a little bit. First thing that you want to do is you want to eat earlier. You don't have to eat at 5 p.m. But maybe try 6 or 6:30. I used to eat at 9:30, 10 p.m. And it just doesn't give your body enough time to digest your food before you're going to sleep. And since so much cellular repair is happening, we want to give our body a good, fair chance for that to happen and not just be bogged down with digesting food all night long. I am super guilty of coming in my room, going on my iPad and watching YouTube until I want to go to sleep. But making the bedroom a sacred space, and maybe that even means a technology-free space, could be very beneficial for your sleep. A lot of the time when I'm getting bad sleep, it's because I stayed up too late consuming content. And so maybe you want to make a little rule for yourself that your bedroom is only for rest and sleeping, because your brain does associate certain areas of your house with certain activities. That's why you never want to work in bed, because then your brain will associate your bed with productivity. The next thing you want to do is cut blue light 2 hours before bed. Even if you want to binge watch your favorite Netflix show, just throw on some blue light glasses. It's super easy. Most of us stare at a screen all day and then we're on our phone all the time. And so it's good to just give our eyes and our brain a break from blue light. And then finally, when you're ready to go to sleep, make sure you close your blinds. Make sure it's dark enough in your room. Make sure it's cold enough in your room. Maybe that means opening a window, getting some fresh air in, or just turning your AC down a little bit. These are all going to help you to sleep deeper and for longer. And the more nights that you consistently have of sleeping deeper for longer, the more health benefits you're going to get, especially long term.
Although these blue light glasses are a little dorky, they work super well. I'm gonna link them below in my Amazon storefront, but my fiance and I both wear these after 6 p.m. whether we're watching TV or playing on our iPad or on our phone. Whatever we're doing, we're wearing our blue light blocking glasses. And then this is a little trick that I recently learned, but it's turning your phone on red mode. And it's so hard to see anything that it makes it just unenjoyable to go on your phone. So it makes you not want to scroll on TikTok or Instagram. You can see when I add the color back, it's like super addicting and entertaining. And then another thing I just learned is setting up your do not disturb to remove your apps, so that when you have your sleep mode on, you literally cannot access any of your apps, or you can only access certain apps. So that's been really interesting and nice. I really like to sleep with my window open to get some fresh air in, and then I like to make sure I'm sleeping in a very dark room. I was gonna go back outside and enjoy the sunset because it was just absolutely gorgeous. I'm obsessed with sunsets. I always have been, and I feel like watching a sunset is really good for your circadian rhythm, because you're watching the sun go down, you're winding down, you're telling your body it's time for bed. And that is my nighttime routine. Every night and every day is different and doesn't always look the same, but I do try to implement healthy habits every single night. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video inspires you to look at your own routine and make small tweaks so that you feel like your best version. I will see you guys in another video. Thank you so much.